in Europe, as a final will be exploration of Sanskrit texts which were found abroad India. And the Sherbatskoy and his pupil studying of Abhidharma texts, which were found not in Sanskrit, but only in Tibetan and Chinese translations. And I try to demonstrate that there were periods in Abhidharma investigation. First period connect with Sherbatskoy and 1920s. Then period of stopped philosophical investigations in Soviet Union, and then the modern period, which connects these names of Valery Rudoy and Helen Ostrovskaya.
So my team will begin. Okay. So we finish. Yeah, we have more team make at 12:30. More team make at 12.
And Rosanna, can I start my Russian report?
Татьяна Викторовна, начинаем. Да, спасибо большое.
Thank you. Для того, чтобы лучше понять, в чем состоял принципиальный вклад и интеллектуальная драма Щербацкого, нужно сказать несколько слов о состоянии источниковой базы исследования буддийской философии к рубежу XIX-XX веков. Нужно сказать, что в этот период санскритский канон, то есть слово Будды, записанное на санскрите, считалось утраченным. И сохранный вариант канона на языке пали, записанный письменностями Цейлона, считался основным и базовым. И в 1930-е годы резидент Британии в Непале Брайан Ходжсон осуществил замечательный проект по поиску санскритских рукописей в Непале. Они там были. Это не были археологические изыскания, это были заказы переписчикам, и рукописей было собрано значительное количество, около 800 экземпляров. И Ходжсон распределил их между библиотеками и книгохранилищами Европы. После этого было принципиально пересмотрено состояние вот рукописного наследия в области буддизма. Это была революция. Почему? Потому что оказалось, что санскритские копии буддийских произведений сохранились за пределами Индии. То есть Непал и далее Тибет стали теми зонами, в которых функционировала вслед за приходом буддийских проповедников через Непал в Тибет с VII века нашей эры шли и рукописи. Это была, конечно, революция. Но на тот период санскритский оригинал Абхидharмы Коша Васубандху еще не был обнаружен. Об этом будет сказано потом отдельно. И здесь очень важно сказать, что
Татьяна
такой
Викторовна,
важный
извините,
принципиальный
пожалуйста.
трактат, как
Татьяна
Абхидharма
Викторовна.
Коша Васубандху, изучался в системе буддийских монастырей, университетов. И именно это, поскольку содержание, это действительно, как уже впоследствии Валерий Исаевич Рудой и Елена Петровна Островская называли это энциклопедией буддийской философии, это был принципиальный учебный материал, который и воспроизводился в рамках подготовки, образования. И поставить проблему изучения санскритского оригинала еще было невозможно. Но Щербацкой в ходе своей карьеры санскритолога принципиально интересовался преимущественно проблемами логики и эпистемологии. И вот его работа о теории познания, учение о теории познания позднейших буддистов, за переиздание которой превосходное, конечно, нужно поблагодарить Андрея Всеволодовича Парибка. Это было очень важно, потому что уже стала она в 20 веке раритетом, этой работы, а это переиздание вновь оживило нашу возможность работать с наследием Щербацкого. Так что здесь заслуга Андрея Всеволодовича бессомненно. Вот, так вот, в рамках вот этой проблематики логики и теории познания и развивались дальнейшая деятельность Санкт-Петербургской буддологической школы. Было осознано, что народный буддизм, то есть буддизм как религия, очень сильно отличается от буддийской философии, как по составу функционирующих письменных памятников, так и по способам воспроизведения. И таким образом монастырь буддийский делается принципиальным объектом изучения. В каком плане? Щербацкой вместе с Ольденбургом организует путешествие этнических бурят, сначала Цивикова, потом Барадина в Тибет. Им дается наставление с перечнем тех произведений буддийских, как канонических, так и постканонических, копии которых они должны заказать в крупных университетах. Нужно сказать, что вот линии коллекционирования рукописей и дальнейшего их изучения очень четко совпадают с линиями маршрутов путешествий за этими рукописями. Ведь мы должны понимать, насколько отличалась ситуация исследователя-востоковеда в докомпьютерный период, когда не было возможности работать с опубликованным, либо читать в компьютере, переводить опубликованный текст. Рукопись и ее публикация, вот была центральная проблема. И так, собственно, и строилась концепция издательской серии «Библиотека Буддика», в которой и публиковались доступные к исследованию тексты китайского и тибетского переводов Абхидharma Коши. Щербацкой, интересуясь проблемами воссоздания смысла буддийской философской терминологии, именно интересовался, каким образом эта терминология трактовалась носителями учения. И мы можем проследить отдельную линию экспедиций самого Щербацкого и его учеников Вострикова и Абермиллера в монастыре Тибета. Здесь можно сказать о том, что у Щербацкого была такая мысль, которая мне представляется романтической, что монастыри Бурятии, буддийского региона на территории России, воспроизводят образовательную модель, принятую в монастырях Тибета. И можно найти там и комментаторов философских произведений, и рукописи. Частично это было реализовано, но, однако, в полном объеме, конечно, было невозможно воспроизвести полный смысл терминологии Абхидharмы по переводам. То есть в известном плане была переоценена точность тибетского перевода с санскрита. Да, письменный тибетский был специально сконструирован в целях перевода с санскритского языка памятников буддийских рукописей. Но, тем не менее, обращение к оригиналу было для Щербацкого невозможным. Именно в силу того, что санскритский оригинал не был обнаружен. Зададимся вопросом, а как же санскритский оригинал Абхидharмы был воспроизведен Прадханом в 1956 году? Ответ есть. Видный индийский политический деятель и ученый Рахул Санкритьян в ходе своих экспедиций в Тибет, Гималайский регион, в 1935 году обнаружил в монастыре Нгор оригинал Абхидharма Коши. Но если мы зададимся вопросом, как осуществлялись эти путешествия, то ответ будет такой. Это была очень большая спешка. Собственно, в тот же период Джузеппе Туччи, командированный Итальянской академией наук, также занимался собиранием рукописей. И надо сказать, что они шли примерно одним маршрутом. И часто рукописи, которые сохранились в коллекции, соответственно, Санскритьяна и Туччи, дублировались. Спешка была вызвана и климатическими условиями, и условиями получения разрешений на передвижение и пребывание в монастырях. То есть это такая страница, которая, конечно, по значению типологически сходна с нашими российскими экспедициями. Другое дело, что география этих путешествий была другой. И именно вот спешное фотографирование, не всегда удачные фотографии, и срочная переписка даже рукописи, которую Санскритьян, как человек исключительной одаренности, ну и носитель языка, мог предпринять. Все это привело к тому, что эти рукописи, эти бесценные находки привозились, вывозились оттуда и просто складировались. То есть разбор коллекции Санскритьяна не был сразу осуществлен. Да и сам Санскритьян не имел возможности разобрать все материалы, которые он собрал. И только к 1956 году вот была осуществлена вот эта публикация санскритского оригинала. В Европе, ну, как-то сразу вот и не приступили к этому. То есть мы не можем сказать, что это событие, действительно вот радикально изменившее источниковую базу исследования буддийской философии, что оно сразу вот было ну, таким же провокативным, как информация о рукописях и быстрейшая каталогизация рукописей, которые Ходжсон подарил европейским собраниям. Но, тем не менее, вот автономно от Индии Валерий Исаевич Рудой обучается в университете Ленинградском тогда, ныне Санкт-Петербургском,
Нужно сделать.
санскриту.
У нее?
И,
Татьяна Викторовна, извините, пожалуйста, что прерываем. Вот наши индийские коллеги просят, чтобы вы включили видео. Это возможно?
простите, что?
Вы можете включить видео?
Видео, да, конечно, я с удовольствием сделаю это.
Да, спасибо большое.
Сейчас лучше?
Да, спасибо большое. Сейчас мы вас...
Ага, замечательно.
Экран. Ага, спасибо.
Вот, и, значит, Валерий Исаевич Рудой, еще в статусе студента, имеет счастье, как тут ситуация такая биографическая, встретиться во время визита санскритолога индийского Аруны Халдар и беседовать с ней о санскрите, обучаться у нее. И именно она, хотя, возможно, это уже апокрифический компонент здесь есть, что именно Аруна Халдар обратила внимание Валерия Исаевича, тогда еще вот юноши студента, на такую принципиальную книгу, как Абидарма Коша Васубандху. И нужно отметить, что Рудой впервые в мировой буддологической практике обратился непосредственно к санскритскому оригиналу. И здесь нужно поставить вопрос, шел ли Валерий Исаевич строго в фарватере школы Щербацкого, или были и новаторские идеи. Было и то, и другое. Щербацкой в рамках работы с терминологией буддийских трактатов считал важным устанавливать санскритско-тибетско-китайские соответствия. Тоже сделано и Валерием Исаевичем в публикации первого тома публикации первого тома. Ага, вот. И это потом в составе уже других работ этот материал использовался. Вот это вышедшая в библиотеке Буддики, перевод исследований и комментарий трактата Васубандху Абидарма Коша. Новаторским вкладом Валерия Исаевича нужно счесть использование для комментирования терминов синхронных и диахронных традиционных комментариев, что позволяло максимально точно установить и перевести, установить значение и, соответственно, перевести на русский язык. Значит, перевод Абидарма Коши с санскритского оригинала на европейский язык, вот русский, было осуществлено впервые. В дальнейшем были подготовлены совместно с Еленой Петровной, которая обучалась у Валерия Исаевича, были подготовлены издания буддийской космологии, принципиальный третий раздел Абидарма Коши, учение о психике, второй том, и переводы других последующих томов. Подготовлены были также и монографии. Нужно сказать, что вот эта проблема перевода, которая волнует любого востоковеда, это адекватность терминологии, созданной, отражающей те интеллектуальные схемы, которые по своему генезу могут отличаться от того, что мы имеем в философии европейской. И я считаю принципиальным вкладом Валерия Исаевича вот в это прояснение этого вопроса это обнаружение такой и интерпретация такой важной вещи, как матричные списки. То есть поскольку было осознано принципиальное значение такой категории, как дхарма, то есть онтологичные они, насколько они познаваемы, то есть как вот кирпичик буддийской картины мира, то в различных комментаторских произведениях и в самой Абхидharма-коше идут так называемые матричные списки, то есть перечни дхарм и перечни понятий, которые в своей совокупности дают нам всю систему терминологии, которая применяется в данном произведении. Это, конечно, новаторство, потому что здесь ведь матричные списки, которые сейчас представляются нам краткой сверткой системы, как говорил Валерий Исаевич, они же были организованы в том числе и по мнемотехническому принципу. И в рамках традиции из устной передачи знания от ученика к учителю обучающийся лучше мог запомнить этот сложный материал. И внимание вот к этим кустам терминологическим, конечно, открывало перспективу более корректного их перевода и лучшего понимания их содержания. Также было сформулировано уже в рамках вот современного состояния изучения проблематики буддийской философии был сформулирован трансрегиональный подход. Что это значит? Что отслеживались интерпретации терминов, которые были приняты при переводе на тибетский и на китайский языки. Ну, надо сказать, что, конечно, вот работа с китайской терминологией, с китайскими переводами Абхидharмы, при этом необходимо было учитывать, что если тибетский формально был сконструирован для перевода с санскрита, то китайская традиция, когда буддизм уже распространился в Китае, уже обладала своей терминологической базой, потому что уже были письменные трактаты, созданные в рамках конфуцианства, тексты в рамках даосизма, и первые китайские переводы Абхидharмы осуществлялись подбором значений, что, конечно, не могло разъяснить, не могло сделать эти переводы понятными. Значит, подытожить хотела бы я сказанное, что проект Абхидharma-коши в российской, исследование Абхидharma-коши в российской буддологии прошел несколько этапов, и в историко-востоковедном плане он отразил все базовые существенные вещи, которые сопровождали трудности, то есть вот все трудности востоковедного исследования и зависимость результата от наличной источниковой базы, вот здесь эта проблематика, она четко прослеживается. Второй аспект – это научно-организующая роль научно-издательской серии «Библиотека Буддика», в рамках которой публиковалось то, что уже было сделано. Библиотека Буддика вошла в историю востоковедения как очень яркий эпизод. И это эпизод открытости российских буддологов к международному сотрудничеству, потому что эта серия была международной. Связи вот эти в Европе и на Востоке формировались в рамках принятой в системе российского востоковедного образования постдипломной подготовки в рукописных хранилищах Европы. То есть мы прослеживаем здесь целый комплекс факторов, как научных, так и вненаучных, биографических факторов, которые обусловливали конкретность результата на каждом из этапов исследования буддийской философии в России. Спасибо. Если есть вопросы, я отвечу.
Да. Спасибо большое, Татьяна Викторовна. Да. Спасибо большое, Татьяна Викторовна. Есть ли у русскоязычных для начала присутствующих какие-нибудь вопросы или соображения? Угу.
Хорошо.
Так. Татьяна Викторовна, меня слышно?
Да.
Хорошо. Так, что-то пока нету. Так. Ну, в таком случае большое спасибо за обстоятельный и очень интересный доклад, Татьяна Викторовна.
Спасибо за признание. Большая честь для меня у вас выступить. Здорово.
Ну и тогда у нас следующий доклад. Next report will be by Pavel Anuchin from the Purushottam Research Center, first in English. Individual traits of soteriology in Buddhist teachings. То есть особенные черты сотериологии в буддийских учениях. Вот. Пожалуйста. You're welcome.
Hello. My name is Pavel, as I was announced. First and foremost, I would like to address my utmost thanks and gratitude towards Professor Rozana Vladimirovna for such an opportunity to visit this beautiful country and for giving me us many possibilities to learn cultural aspects of this amazing place. Of course, else I would like to show my respect and deepest compassion towards Professor Praveen Agarwal and the whole Anand Institute for inviting our delegation and giving us chance to more deeply explore Indian philosophy. So now I will start. So the main goal that I've set for this particular speech is to portray one of the fundamental terms of Indian philosophy and religion, which is soteriology. Soteriology is the study of religious doctrines of salvation. Obviously, most of us understand that core task of most Indian philosophical doctrines is to become free of rebirths in everlasting wheel of samsara, otherwise known as moksha. But as a result of combining my studies with this particular task, I would like to show some different ways of soteriology in Buddhist teachings. In the context of Buddhism, salvation may not be the best word describing the concept of soteriology. Much more appropriate, I think, will be awakening. The most fundamental Buddhist doctrine of Chatvari Arya Satyani states that one states that one by default experiences dukkha or suffering, from which he must be liberated, and shows us a complete program of awakening. The word awakening here plays the main role, because one is to be awakened from avidya and such in order to become Buddha or the awakened one. Actually, the word Buddha or Buddhi has the same root as Russian word to awake, or budit. Um, while most know that the final soteriological destination of Buddhism is the state of nirvana, not so much people know about the different ways one can approach such a task. There are two mainstream ways of achieving the soteriological destination or the state of Buddha. There are Theravada and Mahayana. Now, the reasons for separating one from another can make up a whole PhD thesis and in and one itself. So I won't go into the details, but one of the most important difference between Theravada and Mahayana is that the second way essentially has significantly more steps. Now, as for my main part of this talk, firstly, I will portray the Arhats of the Theravada and then Bodhisattvas of Mahayana. An Arhat is one who has gained insight into the true nature of existence and has achieved nirvana and freed himself from the endless cycle of rebirths. One of the specifics of this way is that the awakening is individual, which means that after death, the monk leaves any chance of helping his peers behind. Yes. The main practice for achieving the state of Arhat is the Noble Eightfold Path, also known as Aryashtanarga Marga. Aryashtanga Marga. Yes. This path is the fourth noble truth, and it consists of 8 practices, as followed: right view, right resolve, right speech, right conduct, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right samadhi. In early Buddhism, these practices started with understanding that the body and mind work in a corrupted way, followed by the Buddhist path of self-observance, self-restraint, and cultivating kindness and compassion. The state of an arhat is considered in the Theravada tradition to be the proper goal of a Buddhist monk. 4 stages of attainment are described in the Pali text. First one is the stream enterer, also known as Sotapanna. Is achieved by overcoming false beliefs and doubts regarding the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Then comes the once returner, or Sogadagamin, who will be reborn only once in this realm, and this state is attained by diminishing lust, hatred, and illusion. Then comes the non-returner, or Anagamin, who after death will be reborn in a higher heaven, where he will become an arhat, and this state is attained by overcoming sensuous desires and ill will. In addition, of course, to the attainments of the first 2 stages. And then the last one is the arhat. Nevertheless, considering different Buddhist doctrines, arhathood is not the only form of soteriology, nor the final one. In Mahayana Buddhism, the arhat path is contrasted with the bodhisattva path, which is believed to go beyond arhatship to complete Buddhahood. Another aspect which defies the borders of Theravada and Mahayana is perception of the words of Buddha as truth. While Theras believe that everything that Buddha has said is the truth, the Mahayanists declare that everything which is true is the word of the Buddha. After analyzing the teaching methods of Buddha, Mahayanists realized that the state of Arhat is fundamentally not the same to the state in which Buddha Shakyamuni himself was in. Core aspect of this notion is that Arhats have no possibility to teach the way of becoming Buddha. So there must be something beyond Arhatship which activates this possibility. As it turns out, the adepts of Mahayana realize that Arhatship is just only the start of a long way of awakening. Now, as for Mahayana, I can say that one of many innovations of Mahayana teaching is the Bodhisattva vow, which essentially means that one must achieve the state of Bodhisattva before entering Buddhahood. The Ashta Sahasrika Prajnaparamita Sutra, one of the earliest known Mahayana texts, contains a simple and brief definition of the term Bodhisattva, which is also the earliest known Mahayana definition. The definition is given as following. Because he has Bodhi as his aim, a Bodhisattva is so called. The Bodhisattva way mainly consists of the practice of the 6 paramitas, or the 6 perfections. But before practicing the paramitas, one must generate bodhicitta, which is spontaneous wish or will and compassionate mind to attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. Only after that starts the Bodhisattva way. Coming back to the paramitas, I should quote religious studies scholar Dale S. Wright. He said that Mahayana texts refer to the paramitas as basis of training for those who wish to achieve the Buddhahood. Wright describes the Buddhist paramitas as a set of character ideals that guide self-cultivation and provide a concrete image of the Buddhist ideal. The Prajnaparamita Sutras list 6 perfections. First is Dana Paramita, or the generosity of oneself. Then it's Shila Paramita, or the proper moral conduct. Then comes the Kshanti Paramita, or tolerance and acceptance. Then Virya, or effort, and Dhyana, concentration. And the last one is Prajna, or wisdom. Some other sutras list up to 11 paramitas. In essence, I think that's it. And if somebody has questions online or offline, any language, well, Russian or English, I'm glad to answer.
Thank you very much, dear Pavel. Any questions, commentaries? Okay, Doctor.
Thanks. Thanks for the report. As far as I heard you, you said that bodhi, you translate this word as awakening, right?
Buddhi.
Buddhi. Buddha is the one who has awakened himself, but in Buddhist texts, original Buddhist texts, I mean, those which are in Sanskrit and extant to us, the Buddha, is described as Sarva Hata Andhakara, the one who has killed all the blindness, Andhakara, that which makes you blind. So is it correct to translate Bodhi as awakening rather than enlightenment?
Well, enlightenment, of course, is one of the correct ways to translate, but you know, it can be translated as awakening in terms of like someone is being in a dream. He's been affected by different kleshas and avidya and so on. So he's awakened from this dream into reality.
But in no Sanskrit Buddhist text, samsara is in no texts is described as sleep, and kleshas are not the things which makes you sleep. These are things which makes you blind. So I think the correct translation of the word bodhi is exactly enlightenment, because bodhi is the state when you are see reality. You are not awakened to reality, but you see it. And the word, the verb buddha means to instruct. Bodhayami, I instruct somebody. So, in my opinion, the correct translation is enlightenment.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't have many practice with the original Sanskrit text. So, of course, I will note your comment and thank you very much for this correction.
But you see, I'm more inclined to not to enlightenment, because enlightenment has strong Catholic connotations, and what awakening means as the opposite to the sleep, the state of being aware of what is really now. A person who sleeps may have very intelligent dreams, but he is not, if he is a genius, for example, but not a Buddha, but he doesn't understand what it is right now. For example, if there is a fire, if he sleeps in a house with a fire, he has to awake himself and get outside. This is the sense of the awakening, to be aware of what really matters, I think. So it is certainly a metaphorical expression, not a literally. What concerns the literally one, yeah, I think I agree with you.
Well, I'd like to add a couple of words because, in my opinion, actually the state of buddhi cannot be translated into European languages because most experiences that are described in the Hindu shastras and as well as in Buddhist texts, I guess, because I'm more specialized in Hindu shastras, but it's impossible to find an exact word. I'm personally being criticized for using the word romantic for rasik. Madhurya Bhava translating as romantic, because critics, what they say that romanticism is the reality of German poetry of the 19th century, but there's no better word, to be honest, to express that idea. This is romantic, come on, in contemporary language. And the same thing, I believe that when it's contemporary Hindi, we say buddhiman is a person who is intelligent. So it means to become a Buddha means to become not just enlightened or awakened, but to have the proper buddhi, proper intelligence for what? Well, for nothing, actually. I think that Andrei Vsevolodovich will agree with me. So I think that the argument about translation is kind of futile because any word can be used and another word can, and critics can be there at the same time, because whatever word we choose will be criticized. Right. I'm not sure if colleagues will agree with me, but this is like what I think.
Just, dear colleagues, just a little commentary. Pavel is a student of the second course. Okay, so just he is only starts, and I think for the starting, it's the best beginning.
Let me add a brief quotation from Buddhist Shastras. The word Buddha is described as meaning Prabuddha and Vibuddha. Prabuddha is awakened, and Vibuddha is characterized by the blossom of the spiritual qualities.
So, what is the Buddha's way of achieving moksha? Moksha is something you make your soul free from all sort of burdens that are currently going on.
From what I have
This
researched,
is a very short query. That's
Yes.
not long, but you can reply in a short way.
I will try.
Yeah.
As from my knowledge, uh, I'm sorry. Could you repeat the question once again?
What is the Buddha's way of achieving mokshas in life? Mokshas means to free yourself, free your soul from all sort of burdens.
From what I understand, there is there's many ways that Buddha can achieve this. For example, it depends on the teaching that we're put ourselves in. For example, as I said, in the Mahayana texts, Buddha had many lives ago. He had compiled a lot of, for example, good. Oh, yes, yes. Thank you very much.
It also depends on your school of thought.
Yes.
हाँ. भाई जी अलग अलग संप्रदाय है हमारे धर्म में तो इसलिए अलग अलग विचार है. We have so many different explanations all the time. But what I wanted to add is that despite the fact that Pavel is a bachelor student, we take his report very seriously and we treat him as a full-time colleague. This is why we're just investigating deeper
Well, I'm only
into
glad.
detail.
I'm only
Yeah,
glad.
but actually we enjoyed listening to him, right? Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So
Thank you. And I would like to say that I just can't express my feelings because such a report made inspired such a speech, such a talk and discussion. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm very glad. Thank you.
Mhm. So I suppose that Buddhist section will be full of discussions. So it's normally okay. No, yes, and thanks God that it's not so ends with bottle. So you wanted to add something? Okay. No, if we start, we will never end with discussion of this.
Let me answer. In ancient texts, Gnostica is defined as a person who doesn't admit the law of karma, who denies the reality of karma. Afterwards, some Brahmanical orthodoxies narrowed this sense as to the newest sense as those the Gnostica, according to them, is a man who denies the validity of the Vedas, but it is not the original sense. And for example, there is perhaps one instance of a very influential school which is neither Astica nor Nastica. It is Pratyabhijna of Kashmir. Because it is non-Vedic, but non-anti-Vedic. It has its own revelation.
Well, yeah. मैं पूरा सम्मान दे रहा हूँ अंद्रे जी को फिर भी मेरे विचार अलग अलग है. My opinion is, I mean, yeah, obviously historically this is absolutely right and correct, but as most of us belong to post-Shankarian traditions, and Shankaracharya for the first time introduced, maybe for the first time, I'm not sure about that, but at least popularized the idea of Nastika as being Buddhist and Jain at the same time, then Ramanujacharya in his Vedartha Sangraha said that even those who believe in the Vedas but come to wrong conclusions about what the Vedas are teaching are also Nastikas. So he broadened the idea, and speaking about the dharmas that are beyond the scope of the dharmic religions, like the Indian religions, then they are all Malecha Dharma or Pashanda Dharma. So they are not dharmas at all. They are kind of things. They are not even Nastika. They are beyond in the bad sense, of course, of the word, because beyond can have a good meaning, that beyond religions, but beyond dharmic religions is worse than Nastika. It's like Ati Nastika.
So we stepped on the very dangerous territory. We should go away. Okay. So the next, thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. And so we will so go on. And so the next presentation is prepared by Professor Praveen Agarwal. So the title of presentation you will, okay, thank you very much. So I see it will be very serious from a mathematician. So now the question of Astika and Nastika will be resolved forever.
Morning everyone, and welcome in the second day of the first international conference, which is organized by the Scientific Laboratory of the Center for the Study of Culture and Culture of India, Social University. And at the beginning of the course, we are going to organize the
just now we have heard about the Buddhism and Nastik, Anastik, and many things. So it's a really great opportunity. Now today I am talking about the sum of the part, because I know that you all are not directly belong to the mathematics, but I am trying to connect the mathematics. My topic is some mathematical concept in ancient Sanskrit work. This is my topic in which I am trying to something connect with the mathematics. Okay. The Vedas are the earliest record of human wisdom. Some numbers, system, and related concept that are exist in Vedas were discussed in just now. The concept is divided into 4 small sections, which I have shared with all of you. Some concepts, numbers, zeros, infinity, and the importance of the mathematics in Shastra that exist in the Vedas were presented. Okay. Some shloks, poems like Yadha Shikha, Maranyam, Ganitam, Mridva, Nishtidam, Purna Midha, Purna Midham, Purna Meva, Avasistam, that are more related to the mathematics were also discussed. So my point is that some mathematical concept in Asian Sanskrit work. That is my site. Now, first we are discussing the Vedas are the earliest record of human wisdom. Vedas consist of the outcome related to the results of continuous observations and research of the earlier mankind during the period of approximately 6,000 BC to 19,000. Thus, Vedas consist of prehistoric bulk of records, those carry, then believed scientific statements pertained to several branches of science, including the mathematics. In particular, Vedic mathematics is the mathematical knowledge of ancient Hindus passed down through generations. We call the initially and verbally in the form of shlokas in the Sanskrit. So four part of the Vedas was divided into four parts by Sag, Veda Vyas around 3000 BC. The parts are called Rig Veda, first one is the Rig Veda, second one is the Yajur Veda, third one is the Sama Veda, and the fourth one is the Atharva. These are the four Vedas, and I hope you all are aware about most of the part of these Vedas because you are working in the Hindus philosophical aspect. Okay, so these are the four Vedas. They are incorporated the part of the mathematics and development of the mathematics. We treat the whole Vedic literature as a single unit. The Vedas are the storehouse of knowledge and the treasure of ancient and modern mathematics. Then the concept of number in Vedas. We are talking about the concept numbers in Vedas. We are talking about the concept of numbers in Vedas. The word Ganita derived from the Sanskrit root Gan Samkhya, which indicate numeration. If we collect both the word Gan Samkhya, it becomes the Ganita in Hindi. And the 10 numbers such as defined by in English we call zero. In mathematics we call this symbolical notation. And as per the Vedas, it becomes Sunya. Sunya. So now you understand. Shunya comes from the Vedas. We call Sunya, it is generated by the India. So Sunya comes from the Vedas. That's why we call as Sunya is elaborate, or maybe we can say that innovated by the Indian mathematicians. Now we are talking about the one. We call one. In mathematically, we represent by this. And if we are talking about the Vedas, it's called Eka. Eka. In Hindi, we call A. And its actual name is Eka. Now, when we are talking about the two, in mathematically, it is this one. But what the Vedas are saying? We. DWI. We. and Hindi we call do. It is a connection between the Vedas, Sanskrit, English, and Hindi, as well as Dwa. Is it? Okay. So it's a great invention of the Vedas. Those are directly connected with the Sanskrit as well as Indian culture. If we are talking about the three, then what happened? What we call in Russia? Oh, it's correct. It's a correct. Because in English we call three. In mathematical it is a three symbolically. And in Vedas it is also three. And Hindi we call teen. Teen. If we are talking about the food, what we call in Russian, Shitirian. And here we call Chatur. C-A-T-U-R. And Hindi we call char. So now you understand it is a very similar everywhere. But as per my belief, as per your understanding, which I have heard from last 2 days, I think when the Vedas are going from one country to another country, then the listeners like us, they understand the meaning in their own way. That's why in India, 4 becomes char. In Russia, 4 becomes chitre. But actually it is a chatur. You understand? So the meaning is the same. But as per the understanding, everyone create their own vocabulary, their own synonyms, their own understanding of the language. That's why the mathematics in symbolically is a fixed, in universally it is a fixed, but the meaning in the local language, like a Russian, like a Hindi, it is similar to the Vedas. It is similar to the Sanskrit. I think it is the same concept is going on in our all languages. That's why we call the Sanskrit the mother of the language. Mathematically, we are talking about the science. What we call in Russia? Please repeat. Yeah. Here we call pancha. And Hindi we call pan. Pancha, pan. Yeah. Almost similar. Yeah. In Hindi. In Hindi. If we are talking about the six, what do you call in the Sanskrit? Just. In Sanskrit, we call shat. Shat. In Hindi, we call hai. So, first, okay. We call in the, yes, the Rosanna is mentioned that what do you call in the Russia? What do you call in the Russia? 8. Asta. Wasim. But in the Sanskrit it is called Asta. And in Hindi it is called art. In Hindi it is called art. What do you call? Vasta. No, in Russia, what do you call in the 8? Wasim. Okay, then it's add-on. It's add-on. If you want to more study about the number in Sanskrit or in the Vedas, then I recommend Yajurveda chapter number 17. You must be go with the chapter number 17, then you more understand the number, how they generate in the Vedas and Sanskrit. Oh, Yes, yes. So this is show that this is the one concept of the Vedas. Now, some further concept of the numbers mentioned, which are involved in the Rig Veda. Now we go in the Rig Veda concept, then what happened? Okay. In Rig Veda, it is called ten. Mathematically 10. And as per the Rig Veda, it was insect. What is called in Russian? It's called Java. No, sorry, sorry. I apologize. That, because that. We are talking about the 10. What is called in 10? That's right. But the Rig Veda calls it different concept. They are going on the 42-digit number like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. They are talking about this number. They are not talking about the 1, 2, 3, 4. That are not taken, right? If we are talking about the 20, and the Rig Veda mentioned that Vision. Yes, you are right. Vision. And what you call in Russia? Dvadat Sai. Okay, okay. Interesting, interesting. So on the same thing, the Rig Veda is only going for the 2-digit numbers, or maybe we call all the even digits. Those are having the zeros on the first number. Why they are calling? Why they are considering? They have some kind of concept. Okay. Now the concept of the digit to the extent of several menials can be clearly seen in the Vedas. The above mentioned single digit number were used in making highest number, such as, for example, if we are talking about the 10 square. In mathematical, we know that it is a 10 into 10, it is a 100. What we call? In English, we call 100. What we call? So, in Hindi, we call so, and as per the Veda, we call Satnam. Satam. If we are talking about the 1000, for example, 10 raised to power q, 1000. In what you call? Yes, in Hindi it is Hajar, Trisija. In Sanskrit it is called Sashram. Now, you are very right. Maxim is pronounced very correctly. When we are going to shlokas of the Sanskrit, most of the time we are using this word. That means when we are prayer to the God, when we pray to our Ishwar, then we always mention in our prayer कि ईश्वर हम आपकी 1000 बार prayer कर रहे हैं. In English, God, we are praying in this our prayer in 1000 times in a single prayer. So this is the meaning, this is the connection, and it is came from there, right? So it is the same way they are mentioning billions, millions, 10 billions, 10, 100 billions, but I am not giving the more details at here. Now, as per the Vedas, the Yajur Veda contains the concept of the arithmetic and geometric progressions, like if we are talking about the series, there is a sequence. For example, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, dot, dot, dot. What is this? It is a series. It is a sequence. Okay. And it is an arithmetic series. Sequence is going on, and they connect with the Vedas is the karmam. Series of the 1, 3, 5, they connect with the karma. Why? Why? This is the question. Yes. But there is a gap. 1, 3, 5. There is a gap. Yes. Then why they are choosing these odd numbers? The concept is having, because we call that Purva Janma. Purva Janma is a concept of the theory of the Hinduism. We believe in the Purva Janma. We believe in the concept, okay, after the certain time, the things are repeated. Because as I previous day, I asked you, when a person is die, then where is going to the jiva, right? I think it is a connected. It is a my thought. I think it is a connected with this kind of philosophy, right? So in the same way, they are giving the some kind of another sequence of the numbers in the arithmetic progressions. On the same thing, if we are talking about the Sanskrit literature, explain the eightfold path which is used in the mathematics as a samakalan. You know the integration, samakalan. We are called the integration. The symbolical notation is this. We are using the samakalan. Okay. It is a coming from the Sanskrit, and it is a connected with the Vedas. Then avakalan, differentiation. We are using the differentiation. The symbolical notation is like that, division and differentiation. Okay. It is also came from the Vedas. And they are also mentioning the some kind of roots. We call the like a cube root, like a square root, like a square root. They mentioned that Vargamula, Vargamula, Vargamula. In Hindi, we call Vargamul. What do you call? The symbolical notation is this. What do you call? Square root. What do you call? In Russian. Okay, okay. So, but I think it is elementary mathematics. We are using Cori. Root, yes, square root. We are talking about the square root. So now these all are the evidence showcase the mathematics is a part of the Vedas. As I yesterday mentioned that the one of the well-known physicist, he's mentioned that the God is like a mathematician. So I think this concept is also giving the favor of his opinion about that the God is like a mathematician. Because if we are talking about the year, if we are talking about the month, if we're talking about the day, if we're talking about the hour, if we're talking about the minute, everything is related with the number theory. It's related with the numbers, and they have some kind of sequence. Every year we know that the Earth is moving around in our universe. It is having the some kind of force in which it is moving. If the force is changed, then something is happen which we cannot live on Earth. So that means, as per my opinion, the mathematics is strongly connected with the all kind of Vedas, all kind of theory, and we can say that yes, maybe the God is a mathematician. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for such an interesting presentation. And we repeated Sanskrit words, Sanskrit enumeration. Thank you very much. And no, we knew some Hindi numbers in Hindi, how it likes, but some questions, comments.
Perhaps some additions.
Mhm.
First, I'll emphasize first I'd like to emphasize the peculiarity of the Indian style style of thinking. in the connection of mathematics. I think, as it's well known that European thinking, I told about it yesterday, talk about it yesterday, is theoretical. So to it corresponds a Platonic conception of mathematics. But Indian thinking is methodological. So Indians are naturally more inclined to a constructive or intuitional concept of mathematics. Yeah, do you agree? Certainly. The second feature, the Europeans this no, the Indians are more inclined to discrete mathematics because the fundamentals of Indian rationality is Vyakarana, and the material of Vyakarana, that is the sounds, is discrete one. But in Greece, it was the continuity of state. So they are. So I think that if the Indians were to discover or to invent the infinitesimal calculus, it would be a discrete variances, and it is well known by somebody. Well, as mentioned, Aristotle, well known is known to not to anybody. Well, yes. So that the Malabar school invented the rose in the 14th century. That is 3 centuries before Newton and Leibniz. And 4 centuries and 5 or 6 centuries before Maclaurin and Taylor. It is also a discrete construction. So that is, I think, the strong side of the Indian mathematical mind, mathematical intelligence. And that's why the Indians are so prosperous in computer science, because it is all discrete. And to add, the IT specialists understand that every mathematical operation is an action. But the traditional mathematicians are a bit unaware of it. Yes, yeah. That's, I think, I said something about this time. And concerning God, you see, usually small people ask God, pray God for some futilities. Sometimes they are granted. But Ramanujan prayed Kali to give him equations. He was also granted. It depends on man what he wants to know.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I agree with the professor. We know that in these days, everyone knows the value of the health. We are going for the yogas, we are going for the meditation, we are going for the gym, for the fit our body. But what about the mind? What about the mind? We are not going to manage or exercise our mind. So as per my own perception, if mathematics, if a person is doing some kind of mathematical exercise every day, then it's a mental exercise to balance the thought process, to balance his spirituality, to balance his mind. The mathematics is play a very important role. So I'm also submitting submitting a very good project to the Indian government, because I am working for some part. So we are essentially mentioned that for the every subject, or for the all the school students, university students, the mathematics is required for the mental exercise, because nowadays the young people don't like the mathematics. I don't know why. Yes, in India it's happened. Yeah, I agree. But it is a strength of the Indian education system. But nowadays, students, especially I'm talking about the engineering. I have started my career in 2000, and after the 22 year, now I understand that when I started my career in engineering, more than 25 papers are going to teach the students. But nowadays, it's up to the only 8 or 10 papers. So students are not interested to study the mathematics. It's the same happen in Korea. It's same happen in the Japan. It's same happen in the most of the European part. So it's going to the some drastic change in all over the education system. But if a person is not study the mathematics, then how to develop the mind? How to develop the logics? This is my point.
I have a question actually. As a bad student in mathematics. I mostly used to get negative marks, to be honest, in mathematics, but excellent marks in languages. So don't you think that linguistic studies can be a kind of parallel or substitute for mathematics in terms of developing mind? Because I think that the activities are similar, and I don't know why some people are inclined to languages and other people are inclined to mathematics. So probably the activities are similar, but they fill the whole of your brain, and this is why there's no space for another one. Or maybe I'm just a loser in mathematics, so this is why I'm asking that.
But your question is very appropriate at here. Then I'm trying to answer your question. Okay. So Maxi, can I ask some questions, basic question to you? How much your weight? Please not mention mathematics terms. You use filling the blanks. So how much your weight? But what is the exactly meaning? But so in this case, I say that in these days we are living in the 21st century, and everything is related with the some kind of pressure, some kind of related with the weight. If a car, it is having the some kind of electric vehicles like that, the car is having the some capacity of the bearing the weight. And if the already there is a, for example, it is a 500 kilogram, it's a beer. Okay, the car itself weight is a 250 grams. Okay, that means it's carry a passenger of the only 250 kilograms, right? But if you are at 200 more than 250 kilogram, then how the car will be run? Just listen. So this is the problem. So without the mathematics, it is not possible. Okay, then I ask another question. How much far the Russia from India to Russia in kilometer? If you can.
Very much.
It's the same thing. Without the mathematics, you can't able to speak. So I believe mathematics is a tool of the communication. It is a tool of the communication. If we are talking about the anything, for example, today we start the conference at 11 a.m. Okay, if we delete the number, then how we can start? But I try to answer your question. I try to answer your question. Okay? Yeah, please.
Mathematics is not only tool, it is a purpose or aim in itself. If I were sure that I am immortal, I would have engaged only in mathematics and in complex music. Because it is these two things are divine. The complex music and the true mathematics. That's the main point about it, not about their utility. Certainly there is some utility for the soul in music and for the mind in mathematics. But
Just one question, and then I will also make commentary. Там включен.
Включен, да? Just a brief etymological commentary on this, because all these words, один in Russian, eka in Sanskrit, два or dvi or two in English, all these things are easily explained through the Proto-Indo-European language, the derivatives of which are both Sanskrit and Hindi, and so on, both Russian, Irish, Old Greek, Latin, and so on. Just it's not surprise. As for example, the word тысяча, thousand in Russian, and sahasra in Sanskrit. Russian word тысяча was directly borrowed from German languages. Thousand in English, and for example, the same word tuhat in Finnish, it's borrowed from Scandinavian languages. So it's no surprise. It's
the meaning is that how the languages are developed. This is the question.
How the languages
are developed. How do languages developed? For example, as it's my understanding, we always call that the Sanskrit is the mother of the all the languages, right?
Oh,
But how? This is my question.
of
Yes, of course. But if can we return to mathematics? Because I have many experience with discussion with mathematicians
Mhm.
and philosophical. Of course, mathematical. So I think that if in the foundation of the world
Mhm.
and the life,
Mhm.
there is a mathematical. I think so. It can't be so, and everything is organized according some laws.
Mhm.
But I think that it's not, necessary for every human being
I
to
agree. I agree.
practice mathematics.
Yes, yes, yes. I agree.
Just
I agree.
because
I
if
agree.
you follow your nature,
Mhm.
and probably you will also you can be late on
Mm.
some important event,
Yes, yes.
but you will feel these laws just because you are following your nature.
Mm-hmm.
So me, I'm a mathematician. Yes,
Mm.
and I have excellent mark, but now I forgot everything. Even
Mhm.
the simplest operation, I call to brother and ask him, please,
What,
what is the
yes, yes,
he shocked and you should repeat arithmetic.
yes, yes. Now
No,
I understood because
so
you
it's
mentioned.
and it's no, it's ordinary. It's ordinary for humanities,
Uh-huh,
practical. So
uh-huh.
my colleague, is specialist in Russian philosophy, and so he forgot also.
Uh-huh. I
everything.
agree. I agree
So,
with you.
but in some important, if we follow in our nature, there is no mistake.
Mhm,
It's
mhm,
surprising. So
mhm,
probably I don't know some simplest operation in
mhm.
mathematics, but in general, I calculate it very correctly.
Correct, correct, correct,
So,
correct,
but of
correct.
course, I think it's beyond the human ability to calculate these mathematician laws which are in the basis of the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's very so you pretend to be God.
No, no, I agree with you. Yes, you are right. And most of the many scientists and many popular persons around the globe, they are very popular. They are very good in their own areas, but they are not good in the mathematics. So from this platform, I request to all of you, because you are working in the philosophy, can we create some kind of bridge between the philosophy and mathematics and try to develop this area? Because it is a situation is not good in around the globe, because I mentioned already in India it's happened slowly the students interest are not going to read or study the mathematics. So
We
there are
already
certain reasons. One of the reasons you
yes.
just mentioned that
As
Maxis mentioned that, but
as
how to popularize?
as you noticed, we already have started. So our project, so it is the first step. And so in a time Max will learn mathematician, me, you philosophy.
Yeah.
Agree. Mhm. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
hmm.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And algorithm. And actually, I wanted to add that for the past couple of days, I became perfect at mathematics while shopping with all these beautiful ladies
Uh-huh.
and helping them to bargain at the Indian market. And so now I'm just, I think, almost a PhD student in mathematics and counting in Hindi.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yes, yes. Beats are there. So I hope after the
Linguistic
yes,
also, so and
yes,
philosophy.
yes,
You remember Plato?
yes.
The man who doesn't know geometry will not enter this place.
Uh-huh. So I hope in the coming days or coming months we can develop some kind of the program for the popularize the mathematics as well as connect with the philosophy for the young people. So the coming scientific work will be safe, I believe. So
Right.
thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Some days we will make a report on functional in mathematics. Some like, Okay. Thank you very much for such an interesting discussion and presentation. Thank you, Professor Praveen. Thank you very much. And so now we have a coffee break. Yes. Coffee break for present.
Quickly obedient. Я не говорю, что послушник это старый. Согласен, друзья. Но вообще, мне кажется, скорее военные языки. Потому что до 14 века они же ассоциировались с фашистами, наверное. Мне кажется,
बस कॉलेज में है ना? हाँ उसको 11 कर दो। एक- 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 हाँ। वो देख लेंगे। मैं कोई क्वेश्चन ही नहीं पूछे दूंगा किसी को। अपन ही डिस्कस करते रहेंगे। तो अभी तो टाइम है ना? अभी आके सबसे कर देंगे। आप लोग तो वैसे ही बोलेंगे खाली। नहीं मतलब जैसे बोर्ड का यूज थोड़ा करेंगे। Yeah, you are on. 28 to 19. It is D60 ARG Puram, Naila Road, near Kanota, Jaipur. 30 30 11. 30 30 11. This rural, the original one. Yeah. That's what it is from this website. I have partition. So we have cut the okay. Set this part from the website. Okay, that part is missing. Right now, don't have the PDF copy, but I can show you later. Submit it after that. Okay.
Now we have our the second section. Session. Well, where are my spectacles?
Well, while Andreji is looking for his chashma. Okay.
I have it. No. Yes, yes, yes. No, we can begin now. Now, our dear colleague, after comments? 2 minutes, yes. Mhm. Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Good morning.
शुरू करने सकते हैं
लेकिन रूट में भी तो हम अलग अलग रूप में ही हैं.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. Namaskar. I
Let me introduce. Well, dear colleagues, it's the next section of our conference. I am glad to introduce the author of the first report, Mrs. Bhavana Mathur.
see in Indian industry. Good afternoon, one and all present here. Namaskar. I am Professor Bhavna Mathur, Head of the Department Mechanical Engineering. I am feel very honored that I got an opportunity in this platform to give a talk about the role of Indian philosophy in Indian industries. I thank the delegates from Scientific Laboratory, that is Center for the Study of Philosophy and Culture of India, Purushottama, RUDN University, Russia, and all the delegates that they have given me this opportunity, although it is a very different platform. And yes, it's my privilege that I am honored that I got a chance to inculcate the philosophy in the Indian industries. As Professor Praveen Agarwal sir has said in his session, he has uh, he has managed the mathematics and Indian philosophy in a very beautiful way. I really appreciate, sir. Thank you. Similarly, I just want to say that the Indian philosophy or the Vedas, this all the origin of like Indian culture, everything is origin from this Vedas and the philosophy only. And I just wanted to merge this with the Indian industries and the role of the Indian philosophy in Indian industries. Basically, the Indian philosophy is regards as in Indian philosophy we regard and worship the customers as God Himself. Similarly, in industries, in manufacturing plants, we regard our customers as God. So this comes from right from the Indian philosophy. The serving of the customer is equated with the serving of God. It's just like the serving of God. And similarly, we do in industries, in manufacturing industries. In Indian culture, we embraces many philosophical viewpoints. In Indian philosophy, what we have, the next slide. Then. We have In short, we say that the philosophy literally means the love of knowledge and more precisely the love of wisdom. And our industries also work on this only. The Indian culture or the Indian ethos in management, in industries also, it refers to the values and practices that the culture of India have, like Bharatiya Sanskriti, that contribute to service, leadership, and management. These values and practices are rooted in Sanatan Dharma also, that is the service, the leadership, and management. And that is the Sanatan Dharma, that is the eternal essence, and have been influenced various Indian industries also. Like the Indian culture, which embraces many philosophical viewpoints like Ved, Gita, Buddhism, Jainism, it's nothing but a collection of human values, many of which assume special significance with the corporate activities also. Like uh, in significance with the industries, special significance in the industries, like corporate activities such as corporate governance, productivity enhancement, and corporate and social responsibility. The human values such as nishtha, that is called as sincerity, samarpan, that is called as commitment, kartavya parayan, that is called as responsibility, apargrahan, that is called as non-position, brahmacharya, that is called as moral conduct, jigyasa, that is curiosity to learn, kaushalam, that is efficiency, vividhata, that is innovation, samatva, that is impartiality, etc., are the particular points in Vedas, Gita, Buddhism, and Jainism, and the same is related with the industries or the corporate organization. Without this, point, like what we have called, a corporate cannot work and industries cannot work. So it is also a very important part. Similarly, the Buddhism. If we talk about the Buddhism, Veda means of wisdom. Similarly, Buddhism is again, it is about the noble path one should follow to maintain an ethical life. These are right faith, right resolve, right speech, right action, right living, right effort, right thought, and right concentration. So, Buddhism is all about this. And similar things are required in a corporate world or in industries. Similarly, the ethical behavior in Jainism, we talk about the ethical behavior in social reference, such as act and dispositions of love, compassion, charity, etc. According to Buddhism, Buddhist philosophy, the founder of an institution, that is the owner of an organization, is responsible not only for the consequences he intended or unintended to follow from the activities of the organization, but also from all intended and unintended later consequences to flow from the activities of the institution. Thus, the founder, according to this view of the Buddhism, should have perhaps foreseen all like consequences that might emerge from funding of the institution and till the future of the organization. So we can say that our corporate organization and working of a corporate organization comes from the Indian culture and philosophy, that is Ved, Gita, and Buddhism. So, next slide. Now, if we talk about the Gita, Gita has threefold method. That is Karma Yoga, we called it as work. Bhakti Yoga, we called it as concentration. And Gyan Yoga, that is called as knowledge. Now, if we come to the Veda, it seems that to give an ethics of over duties rather than inner virtues, and ethics of doing rather than being, and all the duties are clearly directed towards the worldly end. The Dharmshastra also preach an externalist ethic or the inner motive or intention of a doer. Similar is the case with the industries. Our working, our action in an organization is what our inner motive is, what we want to do. If we talk about the three folds, that is Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Gyan Yoga. Next slide. The Karma Yoga states that one should always do one's appointed duty. This is what a Karma Yoga is. Action is better than inaction. As because inaction is this, one have to continuously work their assigned duty, and action is life. So we will always work or do our work as we are assigned, irrespective of the what we will get from it. So that is called the Karma Yoga. In Bhagavad Gita also we say that कर्म हमें करते रहना चाहिए, क्या उसका फल मिलने वाला है उसके बारे में हमें नहीं सोचना चाहिए, और जो हमारा कर्म है, जो हमें असाइन किया गया कर्म है, वो हमें करते रहना चाहिए. So that is called as the Karma Yoga, and similar in the case of any organization. We have to do what we are assigned to. One should always do. He ought to perform his specific duties for the sake of duty, which fit in with his native abilities. He can attain his highest personal good thereby by contributing to the social. So that is about the Karma Yoga. If we come about to next one, Bhakti Yoga. What is Bhakti Yoga? According to Gita, Bhagavad Gita, Bhakti Yoga should be done with maximum concentration and pure mind. And finally, what it says, that it may be the path of spiritual path or the practice within the Hinduism. We have to respect and dedicate our work with full concentration. And similar is the case in the industries also. What work we have to assign, we have to pray our work. हमें उसकी भक्ति करनी चाहिए, कितने डेडिकेशन से उसका काम करना चाहिए, उसका क्या फल मिलता है उसके बारे में हमें नहीं सोचना चाहिए. So that is and finally the Gyan Yoga. The Gyan Yoga is also known as Gyan Marg. It is one of the classical path a person or a human being should follow, which emphasizes on the path of knowledge, also known as the path of self-realization. We have to work, we have to attain the utmost knowledge what we can. And it is a continuous process. The learning is a continuous process. The path of loving others, devotion, personal, bhakti, all these are related to the modern techniques in the organization. As it is very important, as it guides us in our life. And also in the organization, if we go on the path of Gyan Yoga, that is the path of knowledge, every time, every day, then we learn a lot from it, and we learn to love our profession also. Next slide. And if we come to the other, like Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavad Gita has three principles, major principles. That is Gyan Chakshu, Dharma, and Desh Dharma. Gyan, according to the Gyan Chakshu, next slide. The Gyan Dharma. Next slide, please. Yeah. Dharma is what? Dharma is the right ordering and support in the cosmic life. It is equivalent to natural law, social order, and sense of duty attached to it. What we say that, what is dharma? Dharma is what? Dharma is a conduct, what we do, a good conduct. That is dharma. That is wealth in its branch, customary good conduct, customs, customary जो हमारा conduct होना चाहिए किसी के भी साथ, in person, everywhere, that produces merit. Duties to the country, that is Desh Dharma. Desh Dharma is towards our country, towards us. It should not be violated at any time. One should conform to the ethos of the people and should not perform an action that is condemned by the society. Truthfulness, kindness, calmness, all these are the conduct or called as the dharma. This is important. Also in the Upanishad and in the Bhagavad Gita, it is rightly said that Indian thought, what is more important is ethical consideration and inner disposition which prompt us acts. Like in the other slide, next slide, Karan. Skip it. Like it is Acharya Devo, or we last we said that the Gyan Chakshu. Gyan Chakshu is, if we connect it with industries, then what we say that a manager of an industry, he should have a third eye. Gyan Chakshu is the third eye. What in Bhagavad Gita says, Gyan Chakshu is a third eye. Similarly, what we say in organization, the manager should develop a third eye. That is called his Gyan Chakshu. And that is what? It is the wisdom. It is a type of wisdom, vision, his insight, and his foresightedness. Wisdom worker has interacted personally. Every human being have inner resources, divine virtues, which must be powerful than outer resources. So a manager should possess it, like capital, material, materialistic. It should be our inner resources should be above these external resources. And the Gita also prescribed that the Acharya Devo Bhav. Acharya Devo Bhav means the one who teach us is should be equally prayed as a god. That is Acharya Devo Bhav. And he says that what we learn from our teacher, what we learn from our teacher or our guide, what we learn the forgiveness, we learn the self-control, non-stealing, steadiness, truthfulness, wisdom, and learning. Similarly, in an organization, from our guide, from our supervisor, we learn this course of action. These actions are performed by every individual with an unattached mind. And then their defects cannot touch their performance. If we work on this action, अगर हम ये इस तरह के actions अपने में रखें, जैसे कि self control, अपने पे control करना आना, non-stealing, truthfulness, judiciary, steadiness, calmness, अगर हमें शांत स्वभाव अपना रखा, truthfulness रखी, सच्चाई रखी अपने में, wisdom रखा, अपनी समझदारी रखी, and learning, continuous learn करने का action रखा, तो हम जिस भी organization में हैं, वहाँ पे हम एक अच्छे तरह से उसको मैनेज करते हैं. तो ये हम समझते हैं कि ये फिलॉसफी से आया, हमें आचार्य देवो भव जिनको हम प्रीच करते हैं, उनसे हम ये सीखते हैं. That is our acharya, that is our teachers are revered in the Indian tradition. They also every time pray, they occupy the highest position and role in the society. उनको हम अपने सोसाइटी में हाईएस्ट पोजीशन पे मानते हैं, हमारे टीचर्स को, सिमिलरली हमारे गाइड्स को, हमारे सुपरवाइजर्स को इन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हम उनको हायर मानते हैं. While parents take care of the children up to a certain age, the education system is what grooms their multi-dimensional personality. जैसे आचार्य हमें multi-dimensional personality education में देते हैं, उसी तरह से हमारे supervisors ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, किसी इंडस्ट्रीज में, वो हमें मल्टी डायमेंशनल स्किल हमें फेस करना है। Then comes the different concept of, or what we called it as the gun. Indian concept of gun. These are, or you all must know that there are three types of gun, that is sattva gun, raj gun, and tamas gun. Sattva gun, raj gun, and tamas gun. These all are very relevant in organizational behavior. Satya, राज और तमस, इस तरह से, बिकॉज ये हमारे बिहेवियर को, हमारे दूसरों को रिस्पेक्ट करने के ट्रेड को एक दूसरे के साथ जोड़ता है। फॉर इंस्टेंस, सत्व रिप्रेजेंट द प्योरिटी। सत्व जो है वो क्या है? सत्य है और प्योरिटी है। अगर हम में प्योरिटी रहेगी, ट्रांसपेरेंसी रहेगी, क्लैरिटी रहेगी, तो हम एक अच्छे तरह can be a good manager. Rajan is a character by craze of fame. Raj is हमें fame चाहिए, हमें आगे बढ़ने के लिए वैल्यू को बताना है ना? पैशन, हमारा पैशन, हमारे वर्क के बिहार में हमारा पैशन होना चाहिए, प्राइड होनी चाहिए। हम जिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम कर रहे हैं उसके लिए हमें प्राइड फील करना है। ये चीजें हमें बताती है डिस्प्ले ऑफ पावर, और जो हमारी पावर है हम उसको कितना बेटर डिस्प्ले कर सकते हैं या प्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं। तो दैट इज कॉल्ड द राजनीति। जब तक ये गुण हम प्रोसेस नहीं करते हैं, हम एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अच्छी तरह से नहीं अपने को स्टैब्लिश कर सकते हैं। एंड तमस इज characterized by, it's a negative term, what we have to slow down it, like anger, greed, ignorance, and discrimination. These are the four tamas, four darkness in our life. We have to reduce this dark. That is क्रोध। तो क्रोध है, हमें हमारे अंदर उसको दबा के रखना चाहिए। ग्रीड जो लालच है उसको हटा के रखना चाहिए। इग्नोरेंस जो हमारी अज्ञानता है उसको हमें अपनी कंटिन्यूटी ऑफ नॉलेज से उसको बढ़ाना चाहिए। और डिस्क्रिमिनेशन जो हम लोगों के साथ रखते हैं वो नहीं रखते। The preaching of Bhagavad Gita is, it emphasizes on integration, synthesis, and team spirit for the peaceful coexistence and mutual interdependence. भगवत गीता क्या कहती है कि हमें सबसे ज्यादा एम्फेसिस किसमें होना चाहिए? इंटीग्रेशन में। यूनिटी इज स्ट्रेंथ, वही हमारी ताकत है। तो हमारी इंटीग्रेशन होना चाहिए, कुछ नया करने की इच्छा होनी चाहिए, टीम स्पिरिट होना चाहिए। जो भी हम काम करते हैं उसमें एक टीम, एक अकेले इंसान से हम कोई चीज हासिल नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन वही काम अगर हम एक टीम स्पिरिट से करते हैं तो वो बहुत आसानी से किया जा सकता है। तो टीम स्पिरिट होनी चाहिए। और अगर हम पीसफुल कोएग्जिस्टेंस चाहते हैं तो ये चीजें हमें होनी चाहिए। साधना इज कॉन्स्टेंट प्रैक्टिस। अगर आप अपने किसी भी रोल को या वर्क को उसकी साधना करने लगते हैं तो वो बहुत आसानी से हम कर सकते हैं। साधना में इज अ कॉन्स्टेंट प्रैक्टिस। Sadhana helps to discard unwanted traits and cultivate good values to purify mind and heart. One has the self-knowledge and undertake to manage himself. And sadhana comes from the introspection. जब हम कोई काम करते हैं किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में तो हम क्या करते हैं? हम इंट्रोस्पेक्शन करते हैं। हमें इंट्रोस्पेक्शन करना चाहिए कि जो हम काम कर रहे हैं, जिस तरह से हम काम कर रहे हैं वो सही तरीका है कि नहीं, उसमें हमारे एथिकल बिहेवियर, धर्म है कि नहीं, और उसमें हमारी साधना है कि नहीं। जब हम ये करेंगे तो वो इजीली हम उसको रियलाइज कर पाएंगे और उसको सही तरीके से कर पाएंगे. And sadhana also says that ethical behavior says that we must have some feelings in them, like a feeling of feeling, emotion, sensation and passion. ये होना चाहिए हमारे उसमें. Dharma in context of Indian philosophy, broadly taken as ethical behavior, that what we have to do, and adharma is unethical behavior, which doesn't mean no means in the perfection. Next slide. Like also this Gita, in Gita we say we have the Gandhi on the Gita, that what he preached and what he persists. Next slide. So if we come to the conception of cooperation in the Gita, it's an immense importance in an organizational structure. Gita defines that through cooperation, insignificant person can also achieve the highest human behavior welfare. Indian belief in reincarnation, continuity of life even after death, immortality of soul, and karma lead to the path of virtue and noble. Employees uphold sincerity in their life. And if we how we can conclude this, that the modern management should incorporate the Indian ethos to perfect the truncated model of man and recognize man as a whole man to achieve wholesome human progress. What it says that the wisdom is needed for modern management. The knowledge of Gita is needed in the modern management. That spirituality is the material progress to satisfy the hunger of mind and soul of human being. And so we conclude that the Indian philosophy or the culture, Indian culture is directly linked in organizational structure and the behavior of an organization or the industry for their upliftment, for their growth, and we can achieve easily all if the manager possesses all this proper in them, he can easily manage in an organization. So this all about me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear Professor. Any questions or suggestions? Yes, you're welcome.
धन्यवाद. अपनी भाषण के लिए धन्यवाद. और मेरे पास एक प्रश्न है. एक बार मैंने सुना कि दिल्ली मेट्रो के कर्मचारी लोग हर रोज भागवत गीता का पाठ करते हैं. एक्चुअली भागवत गीता का पाठ से हर दिन शुरू करते हैं. तो क्या आपको लगता है कि ये बिजनेस के लिए भी मदद देते हैं ये उपासना या नहीं, और शायद ये एक आध्यात्मिक उपासना है, साइकोलॉजिकल उपासना है बस?
नहीं,
तो
नहीं,
बिजनेस के लिए कोई
नहीं,
सहायता देते हैं या नहीं?
नहीं, definitely all these holy books and spiritual books, they definitely leave some impact on ourselves. उससे हमारा नेचर, हमारा बिहेवियर रूल करता है. अगर हम इन चीजों को पढ़ते हैं तो ये एक हम ये मानते हैं कि ऐसा नहीं है कि इसको पढ़ के केवल हमने इसको पढ़ लिया और हमारा अध्यात्म हो गया. अगर हम इसको अपने अंदर रखते हैं तो इसमें अध्यात्म से ज्यादा आपको किस तरह बिहेव करना है एक सोशल कम्युनिटी में, वो हमें पता है. और जब हम इसको समझते हैं तो we can easily learn how to rule in an organization, how to work. So it definitely relates. Yeah, बिल्कुल. It definitely helps. It definitely helps because it helps in your behavior towards the people. And if you learn how to behave with the people, definitely an organization will grow. Thank you.
हमारे जीवन के लिए अगर तीन जो सहायता देते हैं, भागवत गीता का पाठ सहायता देते हैं, और बिजनेस के लिए ये अलग-अलग चीज है, तो ये डिस्कस करें.
Thank you. So, any more suggestions? So I have from my
Yeah.
side. You see, It's an example of a quite indispensable effort that you presented for us, because industry or management or engineering is a very important but only partial task in the totality of the human civilized life. And it needs a general frame to find oneself in it.
Yeah.
And certainly, a civilized Indian has to find this frame in his own conceptions, not outwards. For example, not in Confucian. Confucian is as a Chinese will have, or as an Englishman will have. So it is absolutely right direction, I think. Yes. Thank you.
Thank
Now, next, we are going to thank you. Once more. So listen, the next. Engineer, Professor, you'll announce your title yourself, yes? Yes.
We have already discussed Indian philosophy, and the lecture, this presentation, this works on human philosophy. What actually is human philosophy? How we are living? What are the lessons? How we live without contradiction? So, the topic is right living with positive attitude. We all know what is right living. We all know what is positive attitude. How we inculcate in our daily life, how we live, and how positive attitudes come from. And right living means, what is right living? In Hindi, we say sanskar. In Sanskrit and in Hindi, we say sanskar. Right living means sanskar. What right living means? Right living means commitment and preparedness to live in harmony. Means we have prepared, we committed that we live in harmony. Harmony means we have harmony at 4 levels: harmony in self, harmony in family, harmony in society, and harmony with nature. As Bhavna ma'am discussed, that the Bhagavad Gita works on industries, means in all and every aspect it works. It means for the right living, for the perfect sanskars, all these things are required. And for right living, for live in harmony, harmony, what means harmony? Harmony means what? Happiness. Harmony is equals to what? Happiness. Happiness does not means material. Happiness doesn't come from material things. Happiness is what? It is a state of mind. Happiness is a state of mind in which we are not in contradiction in ourselves. But what we assume he means human being is coexistence of body and self. Self means soul. Human being is coexistence of body and self, but we merge. What we say, this is my requirement. There are the requirement, the needs of self, which are 24/7. But our bodily needs are temporarily. Not in 24 hours we eat every time we require food. But every time we require respect. Every time. And this is our early needs. Means we merge the body needs and our self needs. So our self is different, our body is different. It is coexistence, means human being is coexistence of both. So we might understand what we require. But nowadays, a very important thing, कि हमें even we in unconscious mind we search our mobile. So we merge the material units with our respect, our status, our respect, truth, trust, guidance, gratitude. These all are the values, and they required to everyone. And they come from what? From positive thinking. Positive attitude means what? Positive attitude means what? Means gratitude, respect, happiness. This is positive attitude, positive thinking. And, sir, please. Two things you are in total control of in life are your attitude and your effort. Only two things which are in our control are attitude. How to change our attitude? If I'm not wrong, we always, not always, I can say, most of the time, we think negative. We start our day with negative. देर हो गई, बहुत टाइम हो गया, कैसे होगा? These thoughts are negative, and these thoughts, what they did, they low our energy. What they did, or in the morning, if we wake up with our low energy, what will happen on the day? So, first of all, before we rise up, before wake up, please make positive thoughts in mind. And positive thought means a beautiful day begins with a beautiful mindset. This is all our mindset. Positive thinking is our mindset. Nothing else. And in unaware, in unconscious mind, if and how we begin? How we begin with gratitude. Thanks. We always thanks to God, gratitude to God, that we are so thankful. We are conditioned to wake up. We are conditioned to do work. You gave us so much things. So see, you will see your day is very good, because there is no contradiction in mind, because we have with positive mindset. And these positive mindset क्या करेंगे? Positive mindset क्या करेंगे? They set an aura which is positive. And there are people who are with negative thoughts. And your aura. Have you ever seen the scriptures of God and goddesses? What is the behind? Lights. Means there is a white thing. White means white represents what? Purity, clarity, peace. It means the aura is very peaceful. And you make your aura like this, so that we are very careful about the white. If we wear some white shirt or nahi, we very safe. So this is your aura. This must be your aura, that no negative thoughts have impact, have stain on your this white aura. And this is only a play of our mindset. Means this is our mindset that these avoiding low energy words. This can't happen. This will not happen. Try avoiding these words, so that we became. This is energy law. What is gravity law? There is a gravity law. What is this gravity law? Law of attraction. Means the thing which goes upwards, earth attracts towards itself. And here in the life, energy law works. What is energy law? I'll tell you, energy law is the law which full our mind with energy. What we think, this would happen, yes, we think of that. Definitely it will happen. So your mindset must be positive. Your life is as good as your mindset. If we think positive and mind is positive, so there is no contradiction in our mind, right? No worries, calm, and trust me. If you have patience, if you have calm at your workplace, so the things going best and best. They are good, but they become best due to your mindset. So create positive thinking everywhere, at your workplace, in office, in your home, every time. Even it is in this spirituality, it is said our water which we are drinking, our food, it absorbs energy. If our mindset is not positive and we are drinking water, and from where the water is coming from, it absorbs already negative energy. So pause a minute, pause a 1 to 2 seconds, then drink water with which is full of energy. In temples, we see that this is the Amrit. Amrit means what? Because it is full of positive vibrations. So all this is positive vibration. So why to drink? Why to drink a little bit water? Always drink water which is full of energy, full of positive vibrations. This is all mindset of vibrations. So create that positive vibrations. So stay positive. The only difference between a good day and bad day is your attitude only. All days are good. Sometimes it is bad for you, good for someone. It means the days are good. But it is our mindset. It is our attitude. Aaj to din hi kharab hai. Because our mindset, we are not stable. So the food we eat, it absorbs vibrations. So we are very careful when we are taking, when we are making, when we are preparing. Always prepare food with positive vibes, with positive vibrations. So this is all about the mindset. If we want our healthy mindset, means this is all about we meditate for some time in the morning and start our day with the gratitude, giving thanks to the God, giving thanks to everyone, and even with thanks to our body. We never give. What we are doing? Ye ho gaya means we are seeing the negative things in our body also. So thanks to our body, which is along with us. So make the day with healthy thoughts. Start the day with healthy thoughts. And this is what, these are the some living tips. These are the philosophy of living, how we are living. And life is too short. Life is too short to worry about stupid things. Have fun, fall in love, regret nothing, and don't let people bring you down. Yes, very important, very important. Never let the people bring you down. When this doesn't happen, when we have a good mindset. Otherwise, what people are saying passing by, oh, you do this is not good. And we're depressed. And nowadays, depression, stress, these are some words in our scenario we have never thought of. Even a student, he is in pressure that I am in stress, I am in anxiety. These are very, very heavy words which they use because of what? Because they are listening these things from their parents, from their neighbors, from their relationships, etc. So these are very heavy words. Stay positive, stay healthy, and don't let people bring you down because this is your life, right? Yes, this is a lesson, a very important lesson that you are amazing, you are important, you are special, you are unique, and you are kind, you are precious. Be kind to everyone, even the plant, the animals. If they live in the negative vibration, they never grow, they never grow more. Even the animal, if any animal is living with the person which is of negative vibration, so that animal is not calm, that is not kind. The animal also becomes cruel. So this is the impact of vibrations. These are the impacts of vibration, and you are precious, you are loved. So these are the qualities which each and every human being has. We have to work on ourselves. And then when we work on ourselves, then we think about our family, about our society, about nature, make relationship with nature also. Feel related with nature, love with nature, because nature gives us so many things. The vibrations which come from nature are very good. Observe these vibration and feel. So, and this is find a way. If you find none, make one. Means there are sometimes we feel there is no way. We make our own way. So these are the impacts of positive thinking. So I request everyone to start with day with full of energy. Means start your day with the gratitude. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, the time you will give. Start your day and thankful to the God, and start the day with positive vibrations. So each and everything we are doing with positive vibes, so that the work, you will find that you will see that if you do the work with positive vibrations, this positive vibration make your day, make your life happy. And happiness is nothing, happiness is not a material thing, it is a state of mind in which we are very peaceful, we don't have any contradiction. Means we are happy with what we have, and we will become prosperous. Although we are not wealthy, but we will become prosperous. This is the philosophy of, I think, life. It is not more to do for the life, but I don't think, I don't ask to stop all the work and only gratitude. No, no, no. Do your work with proper, but with positive vibrations. So that these positive vibration, what they do? Harmony in self, harmony in family, harmony in society, community, with nature. These positive thoughts make you harmonious in every place. So you find all the places best for you. Thank you. This is all about my presentation.
Any questions? Thank you very much.
हाँ, धन्यवाद धन्यवाद
Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
फिर भी thank you for your speech. फिर भी इस संसार में हम लोग 3 गुणों से चलाते हैं, ये तो समस्या है। और कैसे परेशान ना होना चाहिए, कैसे निराश ना होना चाहिए, कैसे नाराज ना होना चाहिए, यह संभव है इस संसार में, इस दुनिया में। और इसलिए शायद प्रथम कदम प्रपत्ति है, और प्रपत्ति के बाद सब कुछ आएगा। हाँ, सच है।
It is very correct.
जी
We cannot live without emotions. We cannot live without this.
हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल,
Yes.
लेकिन प्रथम कदम प्रपत्ति
Yes.
भगवान को, और इसके बाद सब कुछ आएगा, सब कुछ संभव होगा।
Yes.
जय हिंद।
के लिए संभव नहीं है, बट हमें बहुत सी चीजें अपने अंदर ऐसी इनकलकेट करनी है जो संभव नहीं है, बट हमें ऐसा नहीं है कि वी सी कि देयर आर स्टूडेंट्स हु कमिटेड सुसाइड। उनको क्या लगता है कि हमें यहाँ एडमिशन नहीं मिला, हम वो नहीं कर पाए, हमारे इतने मार्क्स नहीं आए, तो नहीं, दुनिया खत्म नहीं हुई है। देयर इज सो मेनी वेज टू परफॉर्म वेल। मार्क्स नहीं कम आना। अच्छा, देयर इज अ सर्वे, एक सर्वे हुआ एंड जहाँ पे द स्टूडेंट्स कमिटेड सुसाइड, राइट? देयर इज अ सर्वे एंड इन द सर्वे रिपोर्ट ये एक पॉइंट आया कि द स्टूडेंट्स आर नॉट अफ्रेड ऑफ देयर फेलियर। द स्टूडेंट्स आर नॉट अफ्रेड ऑफ देयर फेलियर। व्हाई दे कमिटेड सुसाइड? बिकॉज ऑफ देयर पेरेंट्स प्रेशर। दे ओनली थिंक कि अगर मेरे मार्क्स नहीं आएंगे तो मेरे पेरेंट्स क्या कहेंगे। सो failure is the start of success, I think. So this is positive, again positive attitude. Thank you so much.
धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Any more questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
So now we completed the day 2, and here I am happy to, and as well as feel honored to invite all the Russian delegates for a lunch, which is offered from our institute. It is just a welcome lunch, as well as for one kind of gratitude from our institute side to you guys. So now we proceed to the Bhavna ma'am for a lunch, and after that we visit the institute, and then we go for a seminar where the Professor Maxi and Professor Andrew is giving us some kind of information about the Indian culture. Okay, so now you all are most welcome for our institute side welcome lunch. Thank you.
Recording stopped.